Veronica Holmes. My studio is at Gates Block on 307 Market Street. I'm in Studio 204. I am a visual artist, mixed media, and I work primarily with graphic pencils, acrylics, oils, whatever I choose to. I do. Art for me is it's about passion. It's about just putting on paper what I think. Um, a lot of times people will give me portraits to do. I specialize in portrait service, doing detailed pencil drawings. I enjoy doing that because I love to study people's faces, the contours, the lines, and sometimes you come across someone that has been through a lot, and you pick it up when you're drawing. You pick it up as I go. My children always tell me whenever I do portraits, "Mom, you made them prettier than they are." And it's not that. I just like to use light and shadows to bring about the beautiful features of the individual. I started drawing ever since I was a little girl. I often tell the story of my mom. I used to bug my mom all the time, comb her hair, and I was bugging her one day, and she gave me a comic book with had the little Bambi or whatever, that deer, draw a deer. So I drew it and came back to her, and she looked at it. She says, "You traced it." I says, "No, I didn't." She said, "Yes, you traced it." I says, "No, I didn't." She says, "Draw it again, let me see." And I drew it again. And my mom became my biggest supporter. And she went out and got me crayons, pencils, everything and for me, that's how I got started into art. And I found myself on a rainy day, grab pencil, paper, and I would draw Batman, whatever is on TV. I draw it. Copy from comic books, different things. But as I got older, I realized I love people's faces. Faces just says, you see a lot. You see a lot in a person's face. So I started just basically focusing on that. I'll do a whole body, but I just prefer to do the faces. I also do landscapes. And I also do photography. I started doing photography based on just to do reference photos, because sometimes you're working on something and you need to just get a reference of what to be anatomically correct, and I find that you had to copyrights issue. So I said, you know what, let me go out and get my own. And there are times that I take a photograph, I look at it and say, wait a minute, I can't do any better than that, what's there. So I end up, but instead of doing people, I do landscapes for photography. And with my portrait service, I know sometimes people bring me something from another studio done by a studio photographer. I really don't like doing that because that's someone else's work. And I can't do, it's already been filtered, edited, and all type of things been done to it. And you look at the individual and you say, well, on this image there's no mole, you have a mole. And they say, well, I don't want. I said, but that's your character, that's who you are. So I prefer to take the pictures myself. So I always have a camera, I take the pictures and I work from that. And sometimes if it's an old picture, like right now I'm working on an image someone gave me. It's an only image she has of her mom. It's not the best image, but I'm plugging away at it to get it. So that's, to me, just drawing people, they kind of just speak to you as you're working on it. I don't, someone may find that strange, but you do. It's just good. Yeah, landscape, you can look at it and you can in your head, you're there, you go there, and you want to create something where you want to invite someone to be there. But the image of a person's face, the yeah, it's personal. I had to work on an image last year someone gave me. The young man, he was high school. It was taught that he committed suicide, and I had to work on that image. This was one of the hardest things to work on, and knowing what happened. But I did it. I moved to Lowell in 2004. I somehow ended up in Lowell working in a community-based organization. And what I saw, I fell in love with. The architecture, the people, the melting pot of all the different ethnic groups. So I saw that and said, whoa, it felt alive, the vibrance of the community. And slowly but surely, I got back into the art scene, and I'd taken a few tours of Western Avenue Studios, fell in love with it. I had seen other places, and I said, I would love to have a studio in Lowell. And when I heard of this opportunity, I jumped on it. And Gates Block, to me, it's like prime real estate. It's strategically positioned downtown. It's in the crosswalks of everything. And I would love to see it be more visited, more people come in, artists open their doors, because this building has tons of talent, all the different people here. And sometimes I visit other people's studios and see what they have. It's like, wow, you just don't feel alone, and it feels great to be a part of this community. In terms of how the city can help, I think right now they're doing a wonderful job. There are different, organizations like Cool. It's doing an excellent job getting the word out. Western Avenue Studios, Loading Block, in the Brush Gallery. I visit sometimes, beautiful, and you meet all the artists. And then the Folk Festival, which kind of brings together the art community, and I guess there's another art festival coming up again in September of next year. So I would love to see more art festivals. I would love to see that, because to me, Lowell is still in its renaissance stage. It's not fully there yet, and the different shops and restaurants that support the artists, like Brewed Awakening and Mandarin Bistro. You walk in, sit down to have a meal, you look up, you see, Cafe Galleria, you see the work of other artists. So that's good, that's awesome. And I would love to see more things like art walks or art festival, or maybe fundraising events with artists where you have people meeting the artists. Because it's always interesting, you say, oh, that's a beautiful piece. Well, that was done by artists at Gates Block. And you get to meet the artist. It creates a personal story behind it. So that's what I would love to see happen here in Lowell. Portraits, I like to look at the pictures, because then I want to be correct. I'm not going for what they call photorealism, but I'm not. But somehow I'm heading there. I don't intend to. It's not my intention. But there's another side for my art that I want to take it to another level, for where I just tell a story. And for years I suffered from depression, and people always see me smiling, but behind that blue there's something else.